Hey everyone, I'm Zoe. I'm 26 years old from Australia, and in this video I'll be showing you 4 days trekking around Ausangate in Peru. There were plenty of ups on this trek and I was super happy to be there, but I was also incredibly sick, so there were some pretty shitty downs. But I get ahead of myself. Let's start with day 1. It's day 1 of Ausangate. It's actually a bit of an easy day, or easy morning. Just walking to the hot springs. There's no way I'm swimming. But it's just gonna be relaxing, and then we'll have lunch, and then we'll start 5 hours of hiking to get to camp. Yeah, I'm very tired today, so I'm kind of glad it's a bit of an easy day, but my group's lovely. It's 4 of us, and yeah, I'm excited. The landscape was unreal. It kind of felt like Lord of the Rings in a way. It was quite mysterious and brooding and moody. So while the others are in the thermal baths, which I didn't know about and didn't bring swimmers, and also I don't really want to get wet right now, just exploring and hoping the clouds here clear up so I can see Ausangate. As with every meal, soup was served as a starter, and I was surprised to see some Milo there as well. And then we started the trek, and there were such cute little llamas or alpacas. I'm still honestly not that sure, but it was one of them and it was adorable. Day 1, we're in Ausangate. I'm feeling really sick, and I'm not going to tell anyone because I'm going to push on, but yeah, I've got my period. I'm just feeling awful. But it's beautiful here, so I cannot complain. The background to this was that I'd already trekked 22 days in high altitude, and I was really sick, and I hadn't had a rest day properly before this trek. The first laguna, and it's very beautiful. Along this trek, this is the area with the 7 Lagoons. A lot of people usually take a day trip to see this, but this was part of the trek and it was so special. We ended up doing a separate hike, which was later in the video, and it was just really unique being able to camp there for the night. So it's only 3 p.m. and we're at camp. It started hailing very, very lightly, but it just means that we have to walk a lot more tomorrow, and I was kind of hoping we could walk more tomorrow today, but it's okay. I'm feeling okay, and yeah, we're at the Laguna again. So this part's the 7 Lagoons, and I'm just about to start layering up because it's going to get to -10. Oh, this is what I signed up for. I thought I'd give a little tutorial as to what I was wearing every single day. Even this wasn't enough for the night coming. It ended up being -15 degrees, and I was so cold because my tent didn't close properly, and it was, yeah, pretty rough. Another thing I've learnt whilst being here is to always double sock, or even triple sock. I'm not sure what tonight's going to hold. It's probably -10, so it could be a triple sock. I don't know. What a view. My tent mate was a Swiss girl who was super lovely, and we ended up talking in German the whole time, which is pretty much what I did for most of my trekking in Peru. Esto. Here's our campsite for the night. It's beautiful. Dabbling in some more high altitude tanning, though this time I was not in my bra and undies because it was cold. It got very cold very quickly, and just looking at all these beautiful lagoons. We're walking past 3 today right now. Beautiful. We're now at a pink lake, which is quite reddy, muddy looking, and it's very cool. And only just at this point the clouds cleared and we could see everything. I'd waited all day to see these views, and I was not disappointed. I'm altitude speed walking back to camp to get my drone, because whoa, this sunset, oh my god, I can't breathe. Okay, back at camp. And I made it! You can probably imagine me just on the ground and just crying because I was just so emotional about how beautiful everything was. I was walking around this pink lake actually a few minutes before, sprinted back through those 2 lakes to get back to my drone, and boy, could not believe my luck. I think this is one of my favorite drone shots of the whole trip. It just is so unique because not many people actually go to Ausangate, even though it's quite close to Cusco and it's really stunning place. I think people just often choose to do the Salkantay or the Inca Trail because it's easier and closer. And that's also why I chose Ausangate, because it's quite a quieter trip. And I really like trekking when there's not many people. I did the Salkantay Trek and I wasn't really sold on it because there were so many people and I just felt like I wasn't really alone enjoying nature. As cringe as that sounds and corny, I do like being alone in nature when I'm trekking. This was the only moderate warmth I felt all night, sharing a tent eating, and it was painful. And then I spent half an hour taking astro shots outside. 30-second exposure, minus 15 degrees, you do the maths.
It's not yet 6 a.m. I'm even sicker. I literally slept like, I woke up every half an hour last night because just could not sleep. It's about minus 10 right now. It's really beautiful though, so just gotta look at the positives. Just gotta make it through today, which is gonna be a really long day. Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful hike, but my body's just not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. Also, I was told it got to minus 15 last night, and I can definitely believe that because I still can't feel my feet. But the sky is amazing. Also, hilarious thing, this tent doesn't properly close. So we've got mosquito net, which fully closes, which is useless for the mountains. There's no mosquitoes right now. But this thing doesn't close, it's open. So pretty much just sleeping in minus 15. We're crossing 2 passes today. One at 5,050 meters and the other at 5,200. And that means a lot of uphill. I'm just getting ahead so I can make it to the top of this hill and just take some photos and chill out. I can totally do this. The sun's coming out. It's beautiful. Look at the day is amazing. I just have to take it steady. Be careful. Drink lots of water. Not be awkward. The layers are coming off. Even sick. I overheat way too quickly. This weather is amazing. It's just perfect day. So even me feeling under the weather, it's better here. So here I am panting. We've got this old woman just running up. Buenos dias, ¿qué tal? Oh, I'm neck on neck with this lady. Muy rápido. Oh, and I'm gonna lose. She is just absolutely slaying me right now. 5,000 meters high and she's killing it. This is goals. It turns out she was racing up to sell us stuff. It's a bit more disappointing, but still, she killed it. So the first pass of today is at 5,050 meters and it's right there. Super slow and steady today, but almost to the pass. Oh man, up there. Five thousand meters up. It is pretty good. Very annoyingly going slightly down again. But it is what it is. At the first pass.
And then I flew my drone again. It was actually at this point I was realizing how sick I was, and it was foreboding. In the days to come, it was not the ideal way to spend a beautiful trek, but I got through it. Spoiler alert. I was also carrying an extra 4 or 5 kilos with all my drone gear because I fly a Mavic 2 Pro, so it was a really tough decision for me at this time when I was feeling really sick, but it was so worth it in the end because the footage I got from the drone was unreal. And this is also with a huge grain of salt because I didn't even know how to fly the drone at this point still. I'd only learned how to fly my drone a week before I left for Peru. So I was pretty much still an amateur at this stage. And I'm proud it didn't crash in any mountains, especially with the high altitude.
Wirklich?
Ja, die hat das bestimmt das dritte Mal geholt.
And this is why I trek. I don't know if the sound's going to be recorded, but if you can hear that squeak, my bag has squeaked non-stop lately. Well, so we've come all the way up and now we have to go back down and then we have to go back up to 5,200 again. Never ends, does it? Literally feel like we're in the sound of music right now. Look at this. Except when it comes to here, it's different. The clouds are so incredible. I feel better just because it's pretty here. Just hanging in a field of alpacas and llamas. There's no dramas. Okay, so we're just walking with llamas now. They're a bit scared of me. Look at dead ants.
It's me! Okay, so this shot was a dream shot I'd had in mind before I even went to Peru. And it was all I wanted was a field of llamas, alpacas, whatever they are, some rivers and some mountains. And at this point, I think I died and gone to heaven.
It's past 1 p.m. We've been walking for over 7 hours now. I didn't have much for breakfast because I felt really sick, still do, but now I'm hungry and I'm feeling a bit hangry because our guide just has no idea what's going on. I don't think he's even done this walk before, to be honest. I think he's trying to get looking as he goes. So, praying that food is soon. So we're a super fun group right now. We've got me coughing my way up the mountain. We've got Thor, who is Zoe in Catalan, and she's vomiting her way up the mountain. We've got Daniel, who's shitting his way up the mountain, and my Swiss pal, who's fine.
At least we had popcorn every day, half an hour before dinner, and it made us full for dinner anyway.
Tonight we have the luxury of staying in a strange bed in a really, really cold place. Look, Daniel's warming up. And yeah, I look fucking dumb. This is fashion, people. At this point in my life, I genuinely do not care how I look, as long as I'm warm. This trip has definitely taught me that as well. Day 3, 5 a.m. And I'm really sick. I don't know how I'm gonna do today. I really hope I can do it. It's 5 a.m. and I'm at breakfast. There's nowhere out but through, so just gotta make it through. It's a 600 meter ascent to the pass today at 5,200, and yeah, just slow and steady. I can do it. Been through way harder before.
And then I may or may not have started to unravel.
I'm looking at the mountain. It's really steep. And I know I can do it, but yeah, really not feeling good. I really hope I can do it. I'm feeling really bad. It's just steep all day. Slow and steady. Just taking a bit of a rest. It's really beautiful today, but I feel awful. Just gotta keep on going. Up and up. I can see the bars right there. So close. Don't look down. So close. I made it. 5,000. I'm getting close. 5,000. Just going downhill now to Lagoon Ausangate. I'm sitting in the sun at Lagoon Ausangate. Beautiful. Because my guide is hopeless and told us that we're actually climbing more. So we're getting to the top of that. And I'm just mustering up the energy. No one here but me and my llamas, or alpacas. I still can't tell the difference. Unless you've been here, you don't know how precarious these things are. It's a steep drop and it's so slippery. Man, just gotta make it through. It's 2:14 and I've already made camp. Got some camp buds. I did over 20 kilometers today and I really need to rest, I guess. Are you as cold as I am? I feel so... Oh, he's shivering. Day 4, the last day. Climbing up another pass. I feel like death. Not even warmed up because I'm freezing, but just got to get through. I've already vomited twice. I'm just dreaming of a bed and yeah, a warm shower. It's been a while. And I made it to another pass.
At this point, I wasn't even excited because I was just so sick.
I can hardly breathe because my throat is so closed. But I'm almost at Rainbow Mountain, and yeah. Also, the altitude's not helping, I guess, but yeah, almost there.
I really had to push myself at this time because I've never felt worse in my life, and I'm not even exaggerating.
I'm on the last 300-meter ascent to Rainbow Mountain, and yeah, almost there. On the last leg. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Yay! Made it to Rainbow Mountain, and it's just tourist central.
Okay.
Bullshit ever. It's hundreds of people, just not that great. But I made it and I'm alive.
I really love the fact that I was just no bullshit in this and I just said it like it was. Rainbow Mountain, as beautiful as it is very overrated.
So I made it to Rainbow Mountain, which is the biggest bunch of tourist bullshit ever. But the valley's beautiful and I naughtily flew my drone without having to pay.
Yeah, admittedly this was not a bad view and I couldn't believe my luck because I speedily took my drone off, no one saw me take off. It was a bit trickier landing because the army official who was there was like, ooh, no drone, 10 soles. I think it was actually, no, it was 10 or 20 soles a minute you had to pay to fly it, which I think is pretty much a rort, but that's me being stingy probably. This is unsurprisingly the Red Valley, or Valle Rojo. Yes, that's it. Valle Rojo. Sorry, my Spanish is terrible. And this was really stunning. You also had to pay an extra 40 soles to be able to view this by walking, which we didn't end up paying because we didn't have time. So I'm glad I got my drone up to be able to see it all. Look at all the people on the hill. It's crazy. It was just so many tourists that I really didn't enjoy just being packed into some sort of mountain. It was such a touristy trap. I really didn't like it. And look how many people were just walking in. And people were vomiting on the side because they were in 5,000 meters for the first time in Peru. So yeah, it's an interesting experience being there.
And thus concludes the final trek of my trip. Made it to Rainbow Mountain. I'm gonna head back to Cusco. I'll debrief a bit later. I just wanted to point out that it's double in one.
How cute am I in my little alpaca jumper? This was specifically packed for this moment because I didn't want to wear my ugly puffer jacket in another photo. So, sorry Instagram, I know that was a very superficial decision of mine. And then my shoes were so dusty I wasn't allowed on the bus till this guy slapped the living daylights out of me.
On the way home in the bus, my lips are just wrecked. 8 a.m. This is the first time I've left my place of residence for the day. It's sunny, beautiful. I'm off to do some laundry and just gonna take it slow. And I'm back at the markets.
Markets, as you can tell, are my life in any country.
So the best part of these markets is that if you actually drink in, you get about 3 or 4 refills from the smoothie.
Okay, that's me done for another video. Ausangate was so worth it. No matter how shit I felt, I was so happy to have done it, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat, and I'm not even kidding. So yeah, it's a weird video. I'm just wrapping it up now and thinking about the fact I was half dying in this whole video, but yeah, I think there's nothing I regret in my life, even if it was a bad experience, because it's taught me something, and that's priceless. Thanks for watching, and there'll be one more coming up of my Salkantay Trek at some point in the future. Adios, muchachos!